How do I know if I'm actually doing enough as a Christian? You know, what does it look like to be enough on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis?
Yeah, it's a really responsible question. So, some folks might just say, I'll show up for church, whatever regular looks like for me, and God should be happy. But then there's this sense, hey, I think there may be some healthy obligation. Like in any relationship, there are expectations that you can or can't have.
Yeah.
But the stronger the relationship, the closer the relationship, the higher the expectations that go along. So what does God look for from me? I'm not sure I like the question. I think because it can make being a Christian an obligation. It's a job to do. Like, how many times a day am I supposed to feed my dog or walk my dog, or when should I do this? And at what point can I check the box and be done with it? And I think probably it's more like the relationship piece. Like, when have I done enough for my wife, Colleen? When do I check that box enough? I don't need to do any more than that. Friend would be the same thing. And I think that if we understand Jesus not as an obligation or a job to do, or one more, I got to go to the gym, I got to do my job, I got to walk the dog, and then what does God want? If we view it like that, I think we'll be missing all along. But if we view it as a relationship, and if I can say like the most important relationship, it actually, when my relationship with Jesus is where it should be, I'm better at home, I'm better as a husband, I'm better as a dad, I'm better as a friend. That's the piece that matters most. So when the early believers were trying to sort this out, God said these words to them: love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your mind and all your soul and all your strength. So where's the enough box?
Yeah.
On that, when can I be done that? And so I don't think that you need to wake up anxious. I got so much to do for God today, and fall asleep exhausted. I'm not sure I did enough. I think when it's in the context of a healthy relationship and the fact that God's gone ahead of us on these.
Yeah.
I love, this is a neat little thing. Eugene Peterson pointed it out in one of his books to me, but when the Genesis 1 story is told, the story of creation is told, it has these sort of rhythms to it, and God said, and all those things. But one of the rhythms is it was evening and it was morning the first day. It was evening and morning the second day. We go, whoa. That's not the way it works. It's morning and then evening. That's the way the day works. But Peterson was saying, and it was around the whole teaching on Sabbath and rest and right perspective, is that actually, true to the Jewish understanding of Sabbath, which starts Friday night and goes through till Saturday night, sundown, is that the believer actually falls asleep at the beginning of the day. God is at work for all those hours while we're snoring, sawing logs, and we wake up into God's being at work, and we're invited into it. Opposed to us waking up in the morning, frantically crazy to go, and then fall asleep at night and say, God, you got to cover all the things I didn't do. Like, this is a relationship that we've been invited into. This is a relationship of learning how to love the Lord our God with all our heart and mind and soul and strength, because he loved us and loves us with all, if I can say it this way, his heart, mind, soul, and strength.
Yeah.
Okay. I got another note here about, I think in the language that we heard, this question is, how do I know if I'm doing enough to be a Christian? To be a Christian, as though what I'm doing will qualify me or disqualify me from being a Christian. And that needs to just be tackled a little bit, because we would say, I'll say that becoming a Christian is as simple as making the decision to trust Jesus. Boom, Christian. And now we work it out. It's a bit like you and Brad getting married. I do, married, right? And I mean, this would never happen in Brad's case, but I'm married, and if I became a bit of a slouch husband, a dud, and then I wake up about 6 months later, man, I've been a real dud to Colleen, I should probably remarry her.
Right.
I should rededicate my whatever. Yeah. It's like, no. I'm married. You're married. Get after this. And so to be a Christian doesn't mean you qualify yourself by having a certain daily routine or a weekly routine. You do those things because you're loved. You don't do them things to be loved.
I like that.
Yeah. I don't know if this isn't in the notes either, but we would say, and you can say something briefly on it, that we do have rhythms to our daily lives
Yes.
and our weekly lives. Like, I want to hear from God every day. So I make that happen. I believe that happens often best for me in reading the scriptures. I want to speak to God. And so for me, that happens every day in prayer. There'll be daily thing. Weekly thing is, some of the other things that would reflect a relationship. I give, serve, gather to worship, go without food a day because I'm in a relationship with God. So can't do any of this to become a Christian. Do it because you are.
Right. And it reminds me, my relationship with Brad, we've had rhythms in our lives. Like for a while there, it was every night at 9:30 we'd meet for half an hour and just chat and catch up on the day because we have kids and it was just a time when it was really busy. Or once a month we go out and we have a coffee and we talk about what are our hopes and dreams for the next little while. And these are good rhythms, but they don't make us married. They are how we live it out. And if we miss one of those, catch-ups, or we miss, we call them cafe conferences, it's not like, oh, now we're unmarried. But we do start to notice maybe more tension in our relationship when we miss some of these rhythms that we found are helpful for us. So I think it's the same with our relationship with God.
Brilliant.
Right?
I love it.